Before you immerse yourself in this powerful story, let us know in the comments you see. Don't forget to subscribe. The day began like everyone else. The sun threw a golden light on the streets of Baltimore as Vanessa Michaels emerged from her black limousine. She was in the mid-1930s, wearing a tailored Marni blue suit that caters to her sharp business instincts. Vanessa wasn't just someone. For years, she has built her company Michaels Holdings in a national real estate empire. But their success wasn't easy. She fought her and confronted obstacles that others could not imagine. Today is supposed to be a celebration. She had booked a week at the prestigious Avalon Hotel, one of the most exclusives in the city. However, a strange tension was placed in her chest as she stepped into the marble in front of the large entrance to the sidewalk. She threw back her assistant Bethany. Bethany was followed near her luggage. "We'll check your reservation, right?" asked Vanessa. Her voice calms down, but doubts. Bethany, who had been working with her for over 10 years, smiled calmly. "Triple check. You are the VIP guest of the week. Everything is perfect." Vanessa smiled, but the weight she felt for the rest of her life was far away, not because of her success, but because of her skin tone. She took a deep breath and headed to the large entrance to the hotel. The lobby was breathtaking, with a high ceiling and chandelier that glowed above my head. But as soon as they approached the reception, she felt her eyes. The receptionist, a young woman with a sophisticated look, greeted her with a forced smile. "A good day. How can I help you?" Bethany was confident. "There's a reservation under Vanessa Michaels." The receptionist's eyes flickered just before she began typing. A few nervous moments passed before the facial expression changed. "I'm sorry, but there are no reservations under this name." Vanessa's stomach is choked. She had never been physically here before, but in countless other situations where she was treated as something she was not treated. Annoying but professional, Bethany keeps pushing. "We confirmed this appointment a few weeks ago. Can you please check it again?" The obviously unpleasant receptionist hesitated before picking up the listener. After a while, the man appeared in his perfect gray suit. "I'm manager Robert Stevens. I understand that there are issues with your booking." Vanessa closed her eyes with him, already knowing where she was heading. "I'm worried there might have been a misunderstanding," Robert said. His voice was covered in courtesy. "Our suites are fully booked. Unfortunately, we cannot record them today." Bethany seemed to explode, but Vanessa put her hand over her arm. She had learned to control her responses over the years. It does not give them the satisfaction of conflict. "Okay." Vanessa and her voice were stable. "Thank you for your time, Mr. Stevens." Without another word, she turned and headed out, lifting her head. Bethany followed that, her face rinsed with anger. "Vanessa, that's crazy. We should call the press and involve lawyers. You can't treat you this way." Vanessa paused on the sidewalk and took a deep breath. "Bethany, I have led this struggle forever, and this is not the first time that I've been ruled out because of skin tone, and probably not the last time. But I am not going to fight them on their terms." Bethany's shoulders fell. "So, what are we doing now?" Vanessa's lips bumped into a small, determined smile. "We're grouping ourselves once again. We've found a new hotel tonight, and there are other plans for Avalon." Later that night, Vanessa sat from another hotel on her laptop and was caught up in the opportunity. She was always about turning obstacles into opportunities. It's not just about Avalon slide treatments. She returns to the hotel, but not as a guest. A week passed. Vanessa was researching her great business knowledge and her connections. Avalon wasn't as inviolable as it looked. Despite his amazing appearance, the hotel fought financially, and his group of owners tried to maintain a perfect goal for someone like Vanessa. She sat in the quiet corner of the cafe and called her attorney. "Let's make an offer that we cannot refuse." The transaction moved quickly. Vanessa's expertise in the acquisition made the process smoother and quietly secured the rights to the Avalon Hotel within a few weeks. No one knew her, even the staff who rejected her. On the day Vanessa signed the final contract, she felt no vengeance. This was not about revenge. It was about something big. She wanted to send a message. Changes will come and affect Avalon, not just Avalon, but the entire industry. A few days later, Vanessa returned to the hotel, but this time passed through the entrance as a new owner, not as a rejected guest. The previous receptionist was still there, and her face remained amazed when she recognized Vanessa. She groped for words, but Vanessa remained calm. "I'm not here to receive a reservation that I'm not here today," said Vanessa, whose voice is smooth. "I'm here as the new owner." The face of the young woman was rejected by the color. Vanessa didn't stop to see her reaction. She had to work. Over the next few weeks, Vanessa began a complete overhaul of the hotel business. She met with the management team, including Robert, the manager who freed her and planned it. "There will be a change," said Vanessa, who is calm but firm in her voice. "Avalon will no longer be a place to discriminate against the appearance or background. We don't welcome all guests." Robert moved uncomfortably into his seat and tried to justify the hotel's exclusive standards, but Vanessa switched him. "Exclusiveness is not the same as discrimination, Robert. If this is a problem for you, I would recommend you find work elsewhere." From that moment on, Vanessa's vision took shape for Avalon. She brought in diversity and inclusion experts to reenact staff, hired a more diverse workforce, ensuring that all guests were treated with respect, regardless of who came or where they came from. The word spread quickly. Some of the hotel's old patrons were skeptical, but new guests filled Avalon's room. His reputation has risen. What once symbolized exclusion was now the beacon of progress. One night, as Vanessa was in the window of her new office, gazing at the city skyline, Bethany entered the newspaper. "You have to see it." Vanessa took a newspaper and smiled at the headline. "Billionaire Vanessa Michaels turns the Avalon Hotel into an inclusion symbol." Bethany laughed. "You did that." "We did that." Vanessa bulged proudly in her chest. But she knew she wasn't done with work. It wasn't just the hotel. Vanessa had a big plan to change the entire industry and ensure that anyone would refuse to respect what is appropriate for their appearance. This was just the beginning. And when Vanessa starred in town, she knew one thing with certainty. Justice doesn't always come soon, but if that's the case, it cannot be denied. She had built an empire about resilience and hard work, but now she used the same strength to build something even stronger. Let us know you enjoyed this video in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to more content like this. See you soon.